Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today I'm going to take you through my diamond painting month in review for July of 2025. In these videos, I like to show you the different diamond paintings that I have worked on this month, including ones that I have finished, as well as whips or works in progress that I have going into the upcoming month. I'm going to chat with you a little bit about some goals that I accomplished this month, as well as goals that I have for the month ahead. Basically, these month in review videos serve as snapshots of what I work on throughout the year. It's not as in-depth as doing a dedicated post review on a single kit, but if you're kind of just wanting more of a, give me a few minutes of your thoughts on each kit, this is a good place to take a look. That said, I have a playlist that will be linked in the description box below for all of the months in review videos I've done over the years. So if you just want to go on a little journey with me, see the various diamond paintings I've worked on since, I think I started those at the beginning of 2021, that could be a fun playlist to work your way through in the meantime. That said, July was a lighter month for me in terms of diamond painting, in large part because if you've watched my whip and chats, you will have heard me talk about how I think I injured my shoulder. I'm pretty confident that I injured it at the beginning of June at the diamond painting retreat that I was at, where I just was diamond painting really an excessive amount of time because I was having a great time. I was just hanging out with friends, diamond painting all day for multiple days, and not in like the most ergonomic setup I've sat in, honestly. So I'm not surprised that I did strain some muscles, but this has kind of stuck around for longer than I expected. So in July, there was a solid week that I did almost no diamond painting. And even in the weeks surrounding that week, I've been spending a lot less time diamond painting in general. I've noticed a difference and feel like my shoulder is improving, not as much as I would like, but thankfully I do have a physical therapy appointment scheduled for this first week of August. That's the soonest they were able to get me in. I'm really hoping they're going to be able to give me some exercises to heal up my shoulder because honestly, with scaling back on diamond painting so much, I'm finding that I really do miss it quite a lot. It's my main hobby. It's what I spend a lot of my free time doing normally. And so I miss that I'm just not able to do nearly as much. That said, so July is much lighter in terms of just overall finishes compared to the amount of diamond painting I normally do. But I did have 2 finishes in total, this big kit and then a much smaller kit. Then I have 2, kind of 3 whips going into August. I'll show you those. The question mark is because the one kit I have kitted up, but have not actually placed any drills down on. And typically I don't count a kit as having a start date until I've actually put diamonds down on a kit. That's just how I track it anyway. On the YouTube side of things, I had 23 videos in total go up on just like regular channel stuff. If you're in my Patreon or YouTube memberships, I had weekly vlogs there as well as our monthly live stream. If you're interested in supporting me and my channel, I'll have those linked below. You can see what kinds of perks that I do offer. And no pressure though, you guys watching these videos is a huge support that I appreciate so much. And then also in July, just sort of things that happened were, well, it was the second month of summer with the Masters, which is a diamond painting event that I hosted for, I think this was our 5th year running. And it's a 2-month event and it's winding to a close here as I'm recording this video. And I always enjoy getting to see all the different old Masters artwork that you guys work on. And it was a very chill, very laid back event this year that I really enjoyed a lot. So my other finish that is not pictured here at this very moment is a Summer with the Masters kit. So we'll get to that in a minute though. As far as what my finishes were, we're going to start with this amazing Star Wars panel. I have my diamond painting logbook right here, which is where I like to track my different projects. I'll write down notes of things like start and finish dates, how much I enjoyed working on a kit. That's actually new this year. I started tracking, rating rather, the amount of confetti in a kit, as well as how much I enjoyed the kit on a scale of 1 to 10. This year I also started tracking the drill count for my kits, and I'm tracking sort of over the course of the year, how many diamonds do I actually place? I thought that would be kind of fun to do. So the title of this kit is Star Wars: A New Hope. It is an officially licensed piece that Diamond Art Club carries, that it's as part of their contract with Lucasfilm/Star Wars. It's a big panel style piece, 42.8 by 129.5 centimeters, and has 19 colors in total. It has square drills. Actually, by the way, that color count, super low, right? Start date, you guys saw this one in my June month in review because I did spend some time on it. I started it on June 30th and finished it on July 11th. It was my 22nd finish of this year and 221st overall. Confetti-wise, pretty low, 3 out of 10. It could probably have even been ranked lower, but I'll show you why I did rank it that in just a minute. Enjoyment, I gave this a 7 out of 10. It was really color blocking central. It went really fast, and I love how it turned out. There are just a couple little things that are why it didn't rank higher, but I feel like 7 out of 10 is pretty solid. Total number of drills in this kit, 89,000, give or take. And then here's kind of things that I loved and met and notes. So I purchased this when it released. I really enjoyed this art style quite a lot. It's kind of like a retro or vintage travel poster almost. And this style of artwork I feel like is just really interesting. It's really fun compared to like screenshots from like the movies or just of like characters looking really realistic. I like this stylized kind of look a lot. They released these poster style, panel style pieces for the original trilogy, and I did buy all 3 because I wanted the set. I love them so much. I think they look amazing, and I'll get to the others at some point, but I wanted to start with this one. I'm going in chronological order because it just feels right. The colors in this one are a lot warmer than the other 2. It's just lots of shades of browns. All 3 of the panels have an AB that goes always around the border. Like this one has a light orange AB, and that's also throughout the artwork as well. I will link to the unboxing video that I did of these 3 panels if you're interested in seeing all 3 of them and hearing my first impressions, but I just really love this a lot. I started at the top. Like I mentioned, you probably saw my progress update on this one in my June month in review, and so I'd gotten a bit done. I did section this into pretty big sections, and I was happy with that because especially like just huge chunks of color blocking in areas like this, I was able to grab my multi-placer and really fly through those particular areas. These little trails here, this is why I ranked this a little bit higher in terms of confetti. I think, yeah, 3 out of 10. And that was because this was, to me, this is confetti because there was a lot of single placing. It's not line blocking that let me do long lines of the same color. I especially had to do a lot of single placing because like these orange ones at least were orange ABs, and this grid, Diamond Art Club's grids in general, they fit very snugly together, which works well because the drills are such high quality that they tend to be really consistent in size and shape and don't have a bunch of like tabs or trash or anything. So they will sit really close together, and you tend to have minimal gapping as a result, which is great. But I feel like ABs, because they have this iridescent coating on the top, I feel like that coating adds just enough surface area that it makes the fit of the ABs very snug. So I was really having to squeeze those in there, which was not ideal given that like that was the kind of muscle movement and strain that hurt my shoulder. So what I ended up doing ultimately, and if you're struggling with placing these on a tight grid as well, I would say if you want to try what I tried is to actually place the ABs first. When you open up a new section, do the ABs first. And I found it easier to squeeze in the regular non-AB diamonds after the ABs were placed, as opposed to doing it the opposite, where I was trying, instead of doing that rather than trying to squeeze the ABs in after everything else was placed. I hope that makes sense. That's what worked for me. And also I was able to single place with a multi-placer, which was where I use my multi-placer and I'll pick up like 3 or 4 diamonds and then just like angle my placer so I can single place them. It's one of those suggestions that I feel like well, I made it in my like tips for how to diamond paint faster. Not that it needs to be a race, but if you're like, how can I just increase how quickly I'm getting through my paintings? That is one of my top tips, honestly, is single place with a multi-placer. Anyway, so just lots of talk about ABs. That was the one thing I also noted that I didn't necessarily love about this kit, and it was a personal thing, which is just I didn't love having to multi-place with ABs on this tight of a grid. But I love the AB placement and I don't want them to have changed it. I think that the orange AB, like on the edges of these clouds, and oh my gosh, making up the word Star Wars down here, chef's kiss. I think it looks amazing. The fairy dust diamonds, which there's like a light blue fairy dust and a white fairy dust up in those ships, and white fairy dust makes up over here, and the white that you have down here with like Luke and with A New Hope, that's all white fairy dust. I just thought that the special drill placement rather in this kit was top tier. I love how Diamond Art Club places their special drills. I always just think it's really wonderful. I love how they do it in general. And in this kit, I thought it was amazing. So highly recommend this one. I'm pretty sure it is out of stock right now. I will still have a link to the listing below. As long as it hasn't been discontinued, you'll be able to sign up for a back in stock notification email. And I'll also have a discount code there if you're new to Diamond Art Club and you want to save. If you're not new to Diamond Art Club, just make sure you find another discount code out there to take advantage of. But either way, this will be linked below. And like I said, at some point, I'll get to the other panels, but I'm not in a huge rush. I had started this one before I was like, okay, I really need to scale back on my diamond painting for sake of my shoulder, like for real. And so, but I was pleasantly surprised at how fast this went because there was so much color blocking. So, all right, give me a sec to roll this up. I'll be right back with my other finish for this month. Editing Katie popping in really quick just to say that if you want to see a picture of this whole panel in frame, I will put one up for you. And yeah, so you can enjoy seeing it all together. Now, by comparison, my second finish is it's just a little baby. It's just a little baby kit. And that is this adorable little project right here. This is the very, very classic Starry Night by Van Gogh. And this is the version that is from Make Market at Michael's. I purchased this last year, I believe, but it is still a kit that you can get. I was just at Michael's the other day and saw this one on the shelves. It was $14.99 US before a coupon. You guys know we use coupons. Don't pay full price for things at Michael's, okay? I think I probably had a 20 or 30% off coupon that I used. And the size, it's just about 22 by 28 centimeters. It's pretty small. It has round diamonds. I will gently but also kind of strongly advise you to avoid Make Market squares unless they make some significant changes because yeah, their squares are rough. I really hope they make some improvements. Their rounds are fine though. So you can see looks pretty good. I think that for this size point, which is pretty small, honestly, for this artwork, I think it's pretty beautifully rendered. I'm convinced that Make Market does have someone that is doing some hand charting with these kits, which even though this is pure confetti, there's a level of clarity to different things like the moon and even parts of the city that I just go, I think a human being really did spend some time on this if I had to guess. This does have round diamonds, just 17 colors. Make Market kits are pretty scaled down in terms of what you get. There's not like a sticker sheet. There's not like a fancy toolkit. But the price point is something that, in my opinion, you just can't beat, and the value is amazing. One of the things that I did run into, because I have a couple of things that it's like I fuss about these things from Make Market kits, but it's not going to ever stop me from buying from them. These particular issues with rounds. So one of them is that a lot of Make Market kits, they're still using these really oversaturated symbols, a lot of times with red ink print, even if there's no red drills in this kit, with the exception of kind of a really deep kind of reddish brown color over here. I don't love the ink that they use for the printing on their canvases and some of the colors. It makes them hard to read and kind of blurry. This is kind of a personal thing. The round drills in general are fine. Like they look nice on the canvas, but I'm pretty sure they're made of acrylic materials, which is an even bigger problem with square drills. Round drills, it's more of an inconvenience. So if you kind of look, you can see that these are just actually not very faceted. It's like the tops are just round, as opposed to like Diamond Art Club rounds. They're going to be really, really, really faceted and super, super sparkly. The reason that this is something that I fuss a little bit about is mostly because I feel like when there's not a very faceted top to these diamonds, it very quickly makes it harder to pick them up with wax or putty because there's not as much for that wax or putty to like grip onto, I feel like. And once you've placed for a little bit with your wax or putty, it gets little grooves in them. It just doesn't want to pick up the diamonds anymore. So minor gripe, but again, nothing that's going to stop me from buying these round drill kits from Make Market. I love that these kits, this wooden hanger, which is just magnetic, this came with the kit as part of that $14.99 price tag. And the canvases come cut like this with just the white strip at the bottom, which is where this covers up. And then at the other end, you have the side with the hanger. And so it's ready to hang. And I think that this just genuinely looks really nice, especially for $14.99. Of all the like really budget diamond painting projects that are out there, I just think Make Market ones are so well done and the value is so good. I'm not an affiliate. I buy these, like you guys do. I just walk into a store and buy them. And so I really love them a lot. So happy to have another Summer with a Masters kit to work on this summer. I decided I wanted to do one in June, one in July. I did Soul of the Rose in June. And then for July, I was like, I have to work on something small, especially because I knew I wanted to take it easy on my shoulder. So this was a good option. This was my 23rd finish of the year and 222nd finish overall. Confetti ranked this one 9 out of 10. Enjoyment 5 out of 10. Drill count 7,546. So drill count update for the year. This is something I've been tracking starting this year, 2025. My total number of drills placed in July is probably my lowest yet, though I don't count the number of drills placed in these number catch-ups until I've finished a kit. So even though I have some whips to share with you, I haven't counted those drills to see what I've placed to include in these counts. So for the 2 kits that I finished this month, the total number of drills on those 2 kits adds up to 96,986 diamonds. Adding that in with all the drills I've placed up until this point, that brings my year-to-date total number of drills placed in projects because of projects completed to 950,126. So I imagine that when I do my August month in review, I will have broken the 1 million drills placed mark, which I didn't really know how many drills I averaged placing in a year because this isn't something I've really tracked before. But I had just kind of roughly in my head, I'm like, how cool would it be to have this goal to place 1 million drills in 1 year? So by the end of 2025. So I think I'm on track. I think I'm on track to have that done by the end of August. And I'll be interested to see just how many I place by the end of the year, even taking into account just sort of taking some time off from my shoulder. So anyway, that's the update on that number. Half the time I forget to give you guys that like drill count update in these videos. So I'm sorry, I'm really forgetful. Even it's on my notes right in front of me. I always forget. Now, whips. I told you that I have 2, kind of 3 going into the month of August. The first one, okay, I'll explain. So this is my temperature project. And I did not get July input in here. And it's a timing thing, honestly, you guys. I realized late in the day today that I wanted to record my month in review video tonight, as opposed to tomorrow night like I originally thought I'd be going to. So I thought that I was going to have tomorrow to catch up and do the July shelf on this one. And then at the last minute that changed. So, and yes, I tend to, with my temperature projects, wait until the end of the month and then sit down and just catch up the whole month at once, because it's a whole thing to pull out the special drills for this project and to like pull up all the temperatures and check each one for the day. I use websites with like that track historical weather data. Like there's a couple. There's like, I think Wonderground is one, and then timeanddate.com I think is the other. So I will go back and check those and then just go through and do like a catch up. So unfortunately, While this was visually up to date for my June month in review, for my July month in review, I'm behind again. But just as a quick snapshot, each of these shelves represents a month, and the different colors, like each book is a day. And I've assigned a specific color to each temperature. So if it's like between 75 degrees Fahrenheit and 78 degrees Fahrenheit, it might be the shade of purple, you know? And if it's between 90 degrees and 95 degrees or something like that, it might be the shade of pink. So blues are the cooler colors, purples are kind of the medium ranges, and then pinks are the upper ranges. And I'm tracking the high temperature each day for where I live. And the chart is from Christie's Crafty Corner. It'll be linked below. And the canvas is from Jaded Gem Shop. And the special drills are from DP with Sparklers. So I will catch up on July next month and come to you with an update. But every time I pull this out, I'm so much happier with it than I was with my 2024 temperature dragon. I might, for 2026, it's tempting to like redo that chart just with colors that I actually like and a canvas that isn't trash. And I think I just will have a better experience with it. But anyway, this is my 2025 temperature project. Overall, just having a much better experience with this one. So that's whip number 1. Whip number 2, I have such complicated feelings about right now, and I'll explain this too. The title of this one is Stars and Whiskers. So the original title is actually in Spanish. You can kind of see it here. Estrellas y Bigotes. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. The artist is Daria LV Fox, and the kit itself is from Diamood. And it's very bittersweet because as I am recording this, it's the last day of July, and they're about to temporarily and indefinitely close up shop. It was less than a week after I started working on this kit that I saw their announcement go up that they were planning to close their shop indefinitely for a variety of reasons. They're located in Spain, and operating a small business there, I guess, is very difficult, very complicated and expensive. And like a lot of small shops right now, it is just really dang hard to stay in business. And I'm disappointed to hear it. I hate hearing about small shops having to close their doors for the sake of the small shop owners primarily, of course, but also it's such a loss for the diamond painting community too. I loved having so many different shops with such a wide variety of artwork available, and it is disappointing and sad whenever one has to close their doors. So, I was just so sad to hear that, and I was just maybe a row into this one, and I didn't really have the heart to work on this one for a little while after that, and that happened to coincide with when I just wanted to take a nice big break for sake of my shoulder anyway, and so this just sat for a while, and then the past few days I picked it back up again. The past week or so, I kind of was doing like one section here, 1 or 2 sections there. And then the past few days, I've been doing kind of 2 sections a day. And see, I like how it's coming out. I'm really sad that we're not going to get to see more of what the shop was doing and plans that they had, but I'm happy for the handful of kits that I do have from them, and this one I think it's really cute, you guys. So I did decide I'm going to save this section with the cat's face for last, so I'm going to work my way across here now and then do the last row and then come back to the cat's face, and should have this finished by the end of August to share with you. I'm overall having a pretty positive experience. I like how the render is looking, especially as I'm getting down into these areas. You can see more of the hand charting. I think they did a really nice job with this. Looks like it's more, this is like galaxy style, so of course it's going to be more confetti heavy and have this kind of color patchwork kind of effect. I think that's really true to the original artwork. The square drills there's some colors that are pretty trash prone and some colors that are really weirdly prone to having lots of pinprick holes in the top, which is not something I usually run into with square drills. And I'm interested to see if I'm going to have plenty of extra left over if I'm going to be running close to running out. Now, I know that they've said that they are going to, I believe, still stay open and available to contact if there are issues with your kits and stuff like that. And so I'm glad for that. But yes, this is from Diamood and is my second whip going into August. My third, I'm not really counting because like I said, I haven't put any diamonds on it, but I grabbed the canvas to show you just for fun. This is Eros and Psyche from Diamond Art Club and Chrysabug. I kitted this up in a whip and chat a couple weeks ago, and that was, I think, the start of the week that I really took off from diamond painting. This artwork, speaks to my soul. I love this artwork so much. It's another like romantic mythological couple by Chrisabug. Of course I love it. Like Underworldly Romance, one of my favorite kits that I've done this year. I'm excited to work on this one, and I just kind of am using it a little bit at this point as motivation to work on Stars and Whiskers, so that I'm not, I don't know, taking forever and not wanting to get back to that one. Like I said, just complicated feelings with this one because the shop is closing. I'm just feeling bummed, and just, I don't know. Been in a little bit of a weird headspace on a more kind of personal note anyway, just kind of outside of diamond painting stuff. And I talk about that in a little bit more depth in my whip and chats in general, if you're interested in hearing about just sort of life and things that go beyond what we talk about in review videos and stuff. So I do whip and chats on Monday mornings if you want to come and hang out with me for those. But yes, so those are my whips: Temperature Project, Dye a Mood Kit, and then I'm hoping to work on Eros and Psyche here in August. Speaking of August and goals for the month, I would like to make sure that I finish these two whips in particular. I'd like to catch up on my Temperature Project. I just want to get to a good, solid, like kind of clean slate in preparation for September, which is the start of Drills and Chills. And just historically, August is kind of the month that runs in between Summer with the Masters and Drills and Chills for me, and has for 5 years now. So I use this time to just sort of rest, but also prep, like wrap things up for Summer with the Masters, tie up some loose ends, and then get ready for Drills and Chills, which is I'll have the announcement video linked if you want to go and take a look. It is a big diamond painting event, centers around fall and Halloween. There's going to be weekly videos with tons of prizes to give away, along with some grand prizes that we're really excited about. I'm hosting with my friend Lindsay from Emeralds and Fairy Lights again, and I think it's going to be a really exciting and fun year for Drills and Chills. So if you like this kind of season, this time of year, we invite you to join us. I love all things fall and Halloween, so it's been a favorite event of mine for a very, very long time. And so that's a lot of what August is honestly going to be, is getting ready for that, planning, prepping, deciding what kits I want to work on, while also taking the time to enjoy working on some non-event related kits in between events. And also hopefully just resting my shoulder and going to physical therapy and hopefully healing that up a little bit. So anyway, I've been chatting your ear off for a little while now, and this is the part where now it's time for you to share with me. So hop into the comments, and if you would like, please let me know, what did July look like for you? Did you work on any diamond paintings that you loved, or maybe ones that you didn't necessarily love? Did you accomplish any goals that you'd like to share about? And also, what does August look like for you? Are there any events that you're planning to join in on? Are you thinking ahead to Drills and Chills maybe? I will do my best to remember to link to a couple of different resources out there for diamond painting events. I believe that I think the Facebook group is still active. There's some Instagram accounts. You can go and take a look and see if there's any events going on you want to join in on. There is, this kit will actually work for Claws and Paws, I believe is the name of the event that Laura from Anxiety Art Adventures hosts. Does she co-host with Hannah? Does she co-host with Sparkling Spectrumite still? I'll double check. But that's an event I know is happening in August, and I'm so sorry if I have the host's name wrong. I should have looked that up beforehand. But yeah, let me know if there's any events you're planning to join in on August or any projects you're excited to get to. But I'm going to let you go. Lots of links in the description box below, including my month in review playlist and these kits, the ones that are still available at least, and any unboxings or other related videos that I have done. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to see more diamond painting videos from me. I'd love to have you here as part of my community. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're doing very well and that you have a day and a week that's as wonderful as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.